The case for testing in itself is in some ways really easy to make, in some ways a little bit more difficult to make. It's really the thing that validates every other innovative initiative that you're trying to pick up in your brand, whether it's pricing or merchandising, sort of standard retailing, where we're putting robots in our grocery store to track the shelf out of stocks. Like, all of that has to be tested and experimented on. So the value of testing is by proving the value of everything else that you're doing and helping everybody speak the same language and say, this has a great ROI, this has a slightly less good ROI, so let's invest in A and not B. The way we think about ROI from testing tends to be in two big camps, like the testing itself and the general human capital cost and savings that might come from there. The test itself, if you think about the reason for testing, is you want to run on a small scale an experiment to see if you should put that thing throughout the rest of your chain. So if we are going to increase the amount of labor dollars we're spending in a particular store, what we're trying to do in the test is see, should we roll this out to our chain of 1,000 stores? Those tests empirically fall into three buckets. They work exactly as you think, or maybe even better. So the particular thing you were hoping for gave a 3% margin dollar growth, and you met or exceeded that 3% margin dollar growth target. There's a good bucket in the middle where the outcome is neutral. So if it's strategically important, you might still want to invest in it. If it's not, this gives you license to not invest in it. And then there's a bucket at the bottom, which is you hoped for a 3% margin gain and you got a 5% margin loss in that category or with those items as a result of the experiment. And the answers for each of those are really important. About a quarter to a third of retailers' experiments fall in that bottom bucket, which is you hoped it would go well and it went terribly, went really, really bad. And our ROI from stopping those decisions from rolling out further, from going beyond a 10-store trial or a 20-store trial, is huge, right? Because it's lost margin dollars or revenue or whatever the metric is, but you don't have to make that investment into it either. So oftentimes there's big CapEx or OpEx that you're putting into a particular initiative that you can just not. So from just stopping bad ideas alone, the ROI on testing and thereby the ROI on market dial is huge.